Championship Saturday at the Big South Softball Tournament in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And for the third season in a row, the title will be contested between Winthrop and USC Upstate here at Cyril Softball Stadium. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Alongside my partner, Jordan Young, I'm Joe Skinner. And Jordan, over the course of the entire regular season and now the tournament, it is clear these are the top two teams in the league.
Very clear. Actually, it's been clear, I would say, for the last 3 years. This is the third time we're seeing this matchup in the championship between Winthrop and Upstate. But Upstate beat Winthrop on their turf, and now Winthrop wants to give it back to them.
Well, let's get straight into it. Our players to watch are presented by Jersey Mike's, and yesterday the Eagles got a Beckham bomb.
She sure did. She had one of those. She's actually 9th on the all-time home run list for Winthrop with 21. She had a 5 RBI day yesterday, and she's looking to take that into today.
USC Upstate beat Winthrop yesterday, and Carson Shaw drove in every run in the win.
This is Carson Shaw's second consecutive season with 55-plus hits and third season with 5 or more home runs. She is a vocal leader for the Spartans, and Chris Hawkins is excited for what she's going to bring to this game.
First team all-conference for the second year in a row. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be moments away from first pitch on Championship Saturday. It is USC Upstate and Winthrop in the Big South Tournament Final coming up next. The prize today, a trip to the NCAA tournament and a Big South tournament title as we have made it to Championship Saturday. USC Upstate and Winthrop. Now look at the bracket that has led us here. Upstate is 2-0. They need one win today to lift that trophy. Winthrop is 2-1 with a loss to the Spartans yesterday, 5-1. The Eagles need 2 wins today as we get ready for game time. The Spartans are on the field. They are the home team. as the 2-0 team coming into this championship game. The bracket presented by Vivanu. The starting lineup for head coach Kendall Fuller and the Winthrop Eagles makes no changes from their elimination game win yesterday against Gardner-Webb. It was a 9-2 win, and they really put them on with a 5-run sixth inning to finish off the W.
Why change what's working, Joe? It worked for them last night. They're hoping it works for them again today.
Lineup presented by First Citizens Bank, and for the third start in a row in the tournament, Maddie Drurup gets the ball for the Spartans.
I don't think anybody's shocked here. Drurup is the ace for the Spartans. She can hit all 4 quadrants. She's got a backdoor curve. She changes speeds really well. Tops out around 60, but focuses on spin, doesn't try to do too much, and allows her defense to work for her.
Yesterday, through a complete game, gave up 1 unearned run, struck out 2 Winthrop Eagles. Pitcher profile brought to you by SoldOut.com. Here we go. Championship Saturday. Upstate going for 3 in a row as first pitch is in, and we're underway. Winthrop has not won this tournament since 2008 and have lost to Upstate each of the last 2 years. We talked with Kendall Fuller before the game. Didn't even need to be said what's at stake today.
It really doesn't, but I was so impressed, Joe, when we were talking to them before. The Winthrop team is so loose. They are so ready. They were in great spirits. They had a lot of different fun activities happening in there. Didn't even seem like anybody was stressed.
Rebecca Amos leading things off for Winthrop. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Freshman out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina at the plate. First team all-conference outfielder.
Amos has had a tough tournament. She just received her first hit last night. It did come at a big time to really start the rally for the Eagles in the 6th, but she was 0 for 13 before that. Had walked quite a bit, though.
Hit a double against Gardner-Webb in that big 5-run sixth. The USC Upstate playing on its home field, looking to win their 3rd straight conference title. Beat Winthrop each of the last 2 years. 2-2 on the way. Towards third, past the dive of Polk into left, and Winthrop's got a leadoff single from their leadoff hitter. Rebecca Amos is on.
Beautiful power slap there. Haven't seen her slap a ton in this tournament yet. Nice to see her seeing the ball well. Beautifully executed on an outside pitch.
Another look at Amos going the other way. Polk doesn't miss a lot, but that was just past her reach. And Amos is on. It's stolen 19 bases this season. The defense for USC Upstate again makes no changes. They've had the same 9 out there all tournament long. Peyton Bryden is next. First pitch just off the inside corner. It is 68 degrees in Spartanburg, cloudy, but no rain in the forecast. Bryden, a junior from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Drurup misses off the plate. Just as much as it's an honor for these teams to be playing here, it's also an honor for this crew. So you get a look at no wind in the venue. Flags are hanging down by the flagpole. Finally, Drurup puts in a strike. This umpiring crew calling the balls and strikes: Will Yao, Steve Rhodes, Chris Chubb, and Jill Poole on the bases.
Bryden just batting .214 against Upstate this year, but she is tied for first of RBIs on the season for the Eagles at 42. So she's getting an opportunity early here to make something happen.
Another 2-strike count to lead things off for Maddie Drurup in her senior season out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, carrying a 3.25 ERA. Has thrown every pitch for Upstate this week. Off 3-2.
That was a beautiful curveball. Not a bad look for a 2-2 pitch.
Runner on first and nobody out. Lined into left. Amy Johnson is lined up perfectly. 1 away in the first.
That was a good look there by Peyton Bryden. Well hit ball. I would consider that a quality at bat. She went deep into the count, made solid contact.
We talked about Carson Shaw in the game they played yesterday. 5 RBIs, 2 homer games. She's due up third. Lana Addison, the starting pitcher for Winthrop, as Darren Nickens tries to sneak a drag bunt down. Comes up empty 0-1.
Nickens is hitting .385 against Upstate this year. Coach Fuller told me yesterday she is one of the best hitters she has ever coached in her career.
Pitch out. Upstate was anticipating Amos to run, no movement on the bases. Nickens, a redshirt junior from Manassas, Virginia. Drew back in the circle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Drew was the Big South Tournament MVP last year when Upstate won it down in Clinton, South Carolina. If she delivers another gem, she very well could win it again. Two one on the way. Swung on, hit hard into center. Back to the wall, off the wall. Amos stopped at third. The throw comes in, gets away. Winthrop on top in the title game.
That is only Winthrop's third extra base hit against Upstate this season. You see the Eagles going nuts in the dugout, scoring early for Addison, who will come out to pitch for them. Warning track power, Joe. Warning track power. You know she wants a little extra extension on that one.
The short hop got away from Alyssa Davenport at third base, and Winthrop is up 1-0 in the first. Now it's Tia Beckham. Swung on into center, deep enough to tag and score. 2-0 Eagles.
What a beautifully executed piece of hitting for Tia Beckham, and she is absolutely pumped right now. She knew exactly what she needed to do. With 1 out, she needed a deep fly ball. She got just under that pitch, drove it deep to center field, allowing for the tag up in the score.
So Amos scores, Nickens scores. Base is clear for Grayson Buckner. Could not have written up a better start to this game for Winthrop, trying to win their first Big South title since 2008.
Joe, we were here last night and saw the Eagles really spark in that 6th inning. They went on fire, and it looks like they're bringing that right on into today's game.
So Tia Beckham with a sacrifice fly in the last batter. She continues to swing a good bat for Winthrop. Buckner now at the plate. Senior from Elkview, West Virginia. Drip whips it home. Liner into right. Kardatsky makes a catch. Just got leather in between the ball and the turf. But Winthrop scores 2 runs on 2 hits and have struck first in the championship game. Winthrop 2, USC Upstate coming to the plate in the Big South Tournament final.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Goals don't always fit inside the box. At First Citizens Bank, they don't have to. We have solutions for ambitions of all shapes and sizes. Lose the box, get the ball rolling. Fit for your ambition. First Citizens Bank.
After 5 years of military service, Staff Sergeant Zaragoza is still setting goals.
Come on, Vincent.
But mostly for her son.
You got this.
She was ready for more family time. She was ready for the reserve.
Ambition comes in all shapes and sizes. At First Citizens Bank, we roll with your goals because we're built for what you're building. Fit for your ambition. First Citizens Bank.
See Upstate, Talia Thomas, Sophia Kardatsky, Carson Shaw hitting at the top of the order. An offense that runs wild on the bases, 108 stolen bases on the season. Talia Thomas takes a strike from starting pitcher for Winthrop, Lana Addison, for the second game in a row.
Addison is 2-0 against Upstate this year, just holding the Spartans to a 2.33 ERA. She's had 8 strikeouts against them and 5 walks on the season. We're going to see her throw a lot of rise balls. And when I talked to Hawkins before the game, he told his team, navel down. They don't want to swing at any ball that is over the navel.
2-0 Winthrop in the bottom of the first. Addison whips one home to the Big South Player of the Year, who gets it started with a single.
Joe, I think this is going to be a fun one. I think we're going to have a lot of hits in this game, which makes for a fun watch.
Thomas is on, had a hitless first game in this tournament for the Spartans, but was 3 for 4, scored 3 runs yesterday against the Eagles in the semifinal. This is somebody that Upstate would love to get going in this tournament. First team all-conference outfielder, Sophia Kardatsky. First pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Kardatsky 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt. Yesterday against Winthrop in the Upstate opening game was 0 for 3 against Radford.
Yeah, Joe, she's still looking for her first hit of the tournament, but Hawkins has the utmost confidence in her. And rise ball pitchers are her thing. With the way her swing works, they naturally go with the high pitch better than a drop ball pitcher. So we should see her come to life here.
And in a week where he's tinkered with the lineup, Chris Hawkins has, Kardatsky has stayed in that number 2 spot despite not having a hit. She's behind here 1-2 against Addison. Faced Addison in the 7th inning of yesterday's game and flew out to right. There's a first hit right through the wickets.
And there it is, Joe. First hit of the tournament. Kardatsky is absolutely pumped. Her timing was absolutely perfect, sending that ball right up the middle. She gets to extension so well in her swing. That's where all her power is generated.
Goes 5-hole through Lana Addison and Carson Shaw. What a day it was yesterday against Winthrop. 5 RBIs, drove in all the runs that Upstate had and had 2 homers. No balls and a strike as Addison puts it in there.
Not only is Carson Shaw really good at softball, but she's also won some pretty big academic awards here for the Spartans. She's been on the Big South Presidential Honor Roll, and she won an award called Upstate 7, which recognizes the top Upstate student athletes.
This week in the tournament, she is 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs.
And I want to make a correction. That's actually the top Upstate students, not student athletes, so even more impressive.
Senior out of Somerville, South Carolina. Tries to drop a bunt down, found it straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now Winthrop trying to work around traffic. 2 on and nobody out.
Joe, Shaw is by far right now the hitter that is on fire for Hawkins, and he gave her a sign to do the bunt, to give a bunt there, and she, attempted to execute. I just think that speaks to the type of coach that Hawkins is. He's not above any player that's at the plate. If he wants to move the runners, he'll do it. He's actually telling Talia Thomas right now to get an even bigger lead. He wants to put some serious pressure on these Winthrop Eagles.
2-2 on the way. That's high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Addison pitched just 1 inning against Upstate yesterday in relief of Emmy Cardenas, the only 2 pitchers that Kendall Fuller has used in the tournament. Full count pitch. High pop up in the infield. Buckner is parked under it. Infield fly, 1 out.
Beautiful pitch there from Addison, making Carson drop that back shoulder, get under it, fly out. That is what Lona Addison wants to see today. She wants to see a lot of fly balls from the Spartans.
Ella Christopher playing in the first Big South tournament final of her career. Transfer from Gardner-Webb. High and away, 1 ball, no strikes. And speaking of that final last year of the starters on these two fields, or as on these two teams, I should say, as Chris Hawkins takes time. 5 starters in the Upstate lineup played in the championship game last year against Winthrop. The Eagles have 7 starters today that were on that field last year.
Yeah, 12 players on the field today have played in last year's championship. I think that speaks to the conference. Kids are choosing to stay here. And I think that, you know, props to the Big South for it being a great softball conference and people wanting to stay, especially in today's college athletics.
100%. 1 ball and no strikes to Christopher with 1 out. Thomas at second, Kardatsky at first. Both got singles. Perfect pitch from Addison, 1-1.
Again, I'd like to have a stat on when there is a called timeout. The pitch that comes next, I would say 95% of the time is a strike.
Addison, a junior, all Big South first team pitcher. 19-7 with a 3.49 ERA. Two-one pitch. Just a bit out in front of it.
As a hitter, it always feels better to be early than late. Does something mentally for you to know I'm right there.
Christopher 1 for 4 yesterday in a 5-1 Upstate win against Winthrop. 2-2. Liner, base hit. Thomas is coming home. 2-1.
I love watching Upstate run the bases because they are always aggressive. If anybody else would have been on the bases right there but Talia Thomas, I think she would have been held at third.
Chris Hawkins getting far down the line. Told us yesterday he does that. He wants to get the best possible read, give his players as much time to get back. And it is 2-1. Kenzie Bernal boosted up the lineup. The DP now bats 5th. Takes a low strike, 0-1. One of the 4 Upstate starters that are newcomers in this lineup. Did not play in the final last year. 0-1. In fact, all 4 are coming in a row here. Kenzie Bernal, and then Alyssa Davenport, Lainey Jennings, Ella Christopher before her.
Bernal always does a really great job pushing the ball to right field. And Addison tends to live on that outside part of the plate with either a curveball or a rise ball. If they can get her changeup going, she does have a true off speed. But if they can get her changeup going, Fuller says she's more effective.
2-1 is fouled off her front foot. Wearing that big ankle guard. Just going to walk it off 2-2. Started with Thomas and Kardatsky singling. Shaw popped out in the infield. Ella Christopher with an RBI single. Bernal back in. Junior right-hander from Odessa, Texas. Called strike 3. 2 away.
That is Addison's 200th career strikeout as a Winthrop Eagle. We want to give a shout out to her, and it was on a beautiful curveball. Congratulations, Addison.
Freezes up Bernal for the second out. Addison yesterday in a 9-2 win against Gardner-Webb went the distance, struck out 5 in a complete game. Now it's Alyssa Davenport, a freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee. Checks the swing on a strike. Big South all-freshman team member. 354 batting average. 1 for 5 in this tournament. Still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Upstate down by 1. Fouled straight back on a high pitch.
Davenport's been a really good situational hitter for Upstate this year. And especially as a freshman, she does what needs to be done, is the way Hawkins describes it. You need a ground ball, you need a fly ball, you need to lay down a bunt. She can do it.
Staying alive with a foul ball. Davenport putting up a fight. 1 run on 3 hits in the inning for the Spartans.
I will say, just as an analysis from myself, in the last couple of games, Davenport seems to try to have moved that front foot closer to the plate to try to close off that stance.
Just got a piece.
And I think that's because people are living on the outside part of the plate for her. And if she doesn't get that front foot closed, it's hard to hit that outside pitch.
Folks are going all over the ballpark to find a good vantage point of this championship game. Out in the right field corner, they've been there all week. 0-2, laced foul.
We love to see a good crowd here.
Got a really good crowd here. You got 2 South Carolina-based teams. Easy travel for the Eagles. They've shown out.
And there's a lot to play for.
No balls and 2 strikes. Addison looking for that put-away pitch. Great take from Davenport.
Really great 0-2 spot. Addison trying to see just how far out she can go to tempt Davenport.
Laney Jennings will be next if Davenport can reach. Drilled. Foul. Just foul wide of the bag. There'll be another 2-strike count coming up. I'm not sure Upstate realizes it just yet.
Yeah.
And they'll reset.
Everybody's excited. I think Kardatsky wanted that to be fair.
Very close to bringing home the tying run. Looks like the right call.
Yes, I do think it was on the other side of the bag.
Again, staying out in front of an off-speed pitch from Addison. This long at-bat continues.
This is the 11th pitch in this at-bat for Davenport.
Already north of 30 in the first inning for Addison. We know one thing about these 2 pitchers is that their coaches are going to empty the tank. 1-2. Caught by Bryden for out number 3. Winthrop wins the battle, but Upstate gets one back. An RBI single by Ella Christopher. We're through 1. The number 1 seed Winthrop Eagles lead the 2 seed USC Upstate Spartans 2-1. Lana Addison getting a major milestone in that last inning. Her strikeout of Kenzie Bernal is number 200 of her Winthrop career over 2 seasons. 2 teams that have played for this title now, back-to-back seasons, today making it the 3rd year in a row. Maddie Drurup to Annalisa Weinberger, Upstate, 2 tournament titles. Winthrop has 6.
Drurup shook off the first pitch of this at-bat, and then it didn't end up where she wanted it to go.
0-1 to Annalisa Weinberger is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Redshirt junior from Yulee, Florida, 2nd team all-conference catcher.
She homered yesterday, her 11th of the season, tying her for 4th most in a single season by any Eagle.
2 long balls in this tournament. Now to play foul. So both teams score runs in the first. Winthrop 2, Upstate 1. Spartans score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and Strand 2 on base. By the numbers, brought to you by Vivanu. Upstate 4th appearance in the championship game.
Weinberger seeing the ball really well in this tournament, but not only is she seeing the ball well, but she's a .308 hitter against Upstate this season, so definitely a threat at the plate.
A lot of home Upstate support on this Saturday afternoon. 1-2 is off the corner. Drurup has been the workhorse of this Upstate staff all season. In the regular season, top 10 in the country in starts. Called strike 3. Low inside corner, froze up Weinberger.
I think she heard you bragging about her, Joe. She wanted to show off even more.
Strikeout number 103 on the year for Drurup. All Big South honorable mention, and it's out number 1 in the 2nd. Carly Pearson looks at ball 1 above the zone. Been the every game 2nd baseman for Kendall Fuller and the Eagles. Fouled straight back, and Will Yao, our home plate umpire, wore it on the chest.
Looks like the catcher's asking him if he's doing okay.
Pearson out of Moultrie, Georgia. .224 hitter. Drurup pulled the string.
Pearson plays 2nd base for the Eagles. She's really in the lineup because she is consistent. She consistently puts the ball in play.
1 for 3 yesterday, had a 2-run single. She gets her tournament final started with a base hit.
There's that consistency Coach Fuller loves. Did a great job really squaring that ball up, driving it right back towards the pitcher up the middle. Her timing was absolutely perfect. That's going to happen, though, Joe. I think this is going to be a big slugging game because these teams have seen each other 4 times this season.
Tabitha Perry swings at the first pitch, left center field gap. Really good jump on it for Thomas, 2 away. Winthrop won the regular season series 2-1 in Rock Hill in the regular season. Upstate 1-0 in the tournament against Winthrop.
I do want to note that Upstate plays a shift on both of these lefties, which I think really benefited that really ball that was in the gap, but it makes it much easier for Talia Thomas to get over there. Not that she needs any more advantage with her speed.
Emma Robertson is the 9-hole hitter, junior from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, in her junior season.
Emma's got 5 hits in her last 5 games, 8 of the last 10. She is a true second leadoff for the Eagles, and she does a great job. And And I have not seen a ton of true slappers, but Winthrop does have 2 slappers in their lineup, and we're about to see both of them. But something that is not as common anymore here in the Big South.
Did not get put out yesterday in the elimination game against Gardner-Webb. 2 hits and a walk. Both of them singles. 2-1 pitch. Slapped foul towards the Upstate home dugout. 2-2. Third straight year for Robertson in the tournament final. Has appeared in all of those games. Now starting for the first time in a championship contest. 2-2. Way out in front, strike 3. 2 Ks as USC Upstated Maddie Dreerup throws the first 0 on the board. Through 1.5, Winthrop 2, USC Upstate 1. Lainey Jennings, a freshman catcher, leads it off when we come. This broadcast of the Big South Softball Tournament is brought to you by SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace of the Big South Conference. Jersey Mike's, a sub above, and Viva New. Mother's Day weekend in Spartanburg, South Carolina, spent at the ballpark. First pitch to Lainey Jennings is a strike as we're underway in the home second.
Something tells me a lot of moms in the stands today have spent a lot of days at the ballpark.
It wouldn't be the first, I'm sure. Lainey Jennings, a redshirt freshman catcher, gives this one a drive. Left center field, going back, out of here! Tie game, 2-2, off the bat of the freshman.
Her 7th home run of the season. Her whole team is out there excited, especially Dreerup, who is absolutely pumped for her. And went Oppo. We love to see an Oppo bomb.
Hitting at the bottom of the order just about all year for Upstate. And a big-time power surge from Lainey Jennings. 7th home run of the year. Bases clear now for the junior Abby Polk. 2-2, brand new game in the second. One-0 to Polk, lined up the middle. Upstate bats are heating up.
Yes, they are. And not only that, but their timing is on, and they are on top of the ball. They're hitting a ton of line drives, which really speaks to the hitting coach, Chris Hawkins, and how he set them up for today's game.
That home run was Jennings' first hit of the week.
What a way to come out.
Amy Johnson at the plate, starting left fielder for USC Upstate, runner at first and nobody out. Johnson in left field has caught the final out of each of the last 2 championship games for Upstate. Senior from Batesburg, Leesville, South Carolina. And in between that last pitch, coming home, swung and a miss. Runner going, nobody there, into center field, backed up by Robertson. Polk steals the base. In between that last pitch, Emmy Cardenas went down to the Winthrop bullpen.
Looks like there was a bit of miscommunication between shortstop and second base on who was supposed to cover this throw. It was an absolute cannon of a throw.
Runner in scoring position for the Spartans, looking to take its first lead. Johnson drops a bunt down. Addison throws in time. Polk moves to third on a sacrifice.
And that is just good softball right there is how I would describe it. I mentioned earlier Chris Hawkins is old school. He's okay with playing small ball. He's all about moving the runner and getting into a scoring position. And that's exactly what just happened for his team.
It's the perfect bunt situation. 9-hole hitter up, runner at second, nobody out. Now it's Talia Thomas. Strike on the low inside corner. 1 for 1, led it off with a single and scored the first run of the game for the Upstate offense. Oh, 1 from Addison. Too high. One ball and one strike. Chris Hawkins coaching in his 32nd season. Talked to him before the game today and said he liked where his team is at. Felt like he and his team were loose, and just like that Winthrop dugout, the stakes of today do not need to be said out loud. 2-1.
Talia Thomas is one of the best athletes that's on the field here today, but she also has one of the best eyes. She's only struck out 6 times this entire season. She's got an on-base percentage of .458.
3-1 is driven into deep center. Big South Player of the Year goes big fly. Upstate on top, 4-2.
She is pumped, and her team is pumped for her. 2 home runs here. And again, Joe, everything going really up the middle. So Upstate's timing is on point.
Second homer of the inning was a high fastball, and Thomas didn't miss it.
She stayed on top of that rise ball. It really was out of the zone. And she just went up, kept her hands high, and drove it out. It does look like we'll be getting a new pitcher here.
Thomas jacked up, beating her teammates at home plate. And there will be a Winthrop pitching change. That is it for Lana Addison. After giving up 2 home runs in the inning, Winthrop will turn to Emmy Cardenas. We'll introduce her and her numbers when we come back. Upstate 4, Winthrop 2 in the second inning of the title game. Seventh home run of the season for Talia Thomas right before the break. Out to straightaway center field, forcing a Winthrop pitching change as Thomas gave it a ride, saying, "This is my house." Emmy Cardenas takes over in the circle. The junior from La Jolla, California, started against Upstate in yesterday's game.
We're going to get a much different look than Addison from Cardenas. She lives on a drop ball where Addison lived on a rise ball. So this will be an adjustment for the lineup here. You can see Kardatsky take an absolute hack there. They're having to make a huge adjustment going from a rise ball pitcher to a drop ball pitcher. And not to mention timing is going to be an issue as well because we're dropping speed a bit.
Towards short. Buckner throws quick, in time. 2 away. Cardenas carries a 4.36 ERA, 7-7 record. Took the loss yesterday against Upstate 5-1 through 6 innings, giving up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, and I think Upstate
We're getting a
wants
review.
a review. Yeah, that's right.
Kardatsky looked at Hawkins and said, "I was safe." That is what she said.
Well, you got to trust your players. So Chris Hawkins is going to burn one of his 2 attempts at a challenge here. There's a dramatic finish to yesterday's game against Winthrop that an overturned call ended the game. Something that was a first, at least for me and a lot of our crew, an umpire announcing that the game was over. A lot of families out on the hill in the seats behind home plate. Towels, lawn chairs, behind the wall, whatever it takes to get eyes on this game.
Seeing a lot of dogs out in the stadium today. We always love our furry friends.
Play at first with Kardatsky was very close. Call was out on the field. You're seeing exactly what the umpires are seeing as they are seeing it. They're using our replay machine, which is always a fun way to get a peek behind the scenes.
Joe, what are you thinking?
It is bang, bang. To me, it's too close to overturn. And what doesn't help Upstate's case, which they wouldn't have known this when they challenged, is that Brian Pack, their assistant coach, who also coaches first, his head is right in front of the base.
Yeah.
You can't see the foot.
Pack needed to slide over just a little bit.
What was introduced yesterday has been a nice little upgrade to the situation, as the umpires will be handed a mic and make the announcement to the whole stadium. But now the fans patiently wait. Umpiring crew reemerges. Will Yao has the mic.
After review, the call on the field stands. Upstate is strike 170.
Call on the field stands. It's out number 2. Grayson Buckner staying with the play to record the out. So Carson Shaw will come up and face Emmy Cardenas after grounding out, or rather popping out to shortstop in the first inning.
Shaw does a very good job of handling drop ball pitchers. She's already naturally standing towards the back of the batter's box.
Base hit right side. Throw to first is late. Shaw's got another hit in this tournament.
Shaw's done an absolute awesome job making adjustments at the plate. She's been on fire, got a hit in every game. Does a nice job of pushing a drop ball, ground ball right side.
Extends the inning with 2 outs, her 6th hit of the tournament. Cardenas winds and fires. Hard hit to second. Off the heel of the glove, Pearson stays with it. It's out number 3, but not before USC Upstate hits 2 home runs in the home half of the second. A solo shot by Lainey Jennings and a 2-run homer by Talia Thomas. Upstate leads 4-2 through 2. The Big South Conference would like to offer a special thanks to Jersey Mike's Subs for their tremendous support of Big South women's sports all year long. Jersey Mike's, a sub above Cyril Softball Stadium earlier in the week. USC Upstate has made a pitching change with a 4-2 lead. The only second pitcher they've used all tournament, it's Ashlyn Brown.
Ashlyn Brown's going to give us a screwball, a curveball, a change, and a rise. She really uses that rise as more of a waist pitch just to get different level heights for the hitter's eye to work with. She's a pitch to contact pitcher. She really wants ground balls.
Interesting decision here to go to Ashlyn Brown as she puts in a strike to the leadoff hitter, Rebecca Amos. Winthrop has thrown every pitch of the tournament. What do you think's in Coach Hawkins' mind here?
Well, if I had to guess, I would think that Winthrop was getting hit hard. I think he knows he's going to need a full staff in order to get through this game, and I think he only wants to play one, Joe. So if he can get a couple of outs with Ashlyn Brown, maybe go back to Winthrop later. It actually looks like we've got another pitcher out in the bullpen as well. Looks like the freshman, number 4, Anna Dickinson.
Brown fouls one off. She's a redshirt sophomore from Seneca, South Carolina. It's not a bad option, especially with Brown. Her best start this season came against Winthrop in the regular season, a complete game shutout on April 11th with 3 strikeouts.
And I believe they won that game 7-0, right, if you want to fact check me. But
7-0 out of Seneca, South Carolina. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate. So final line on Winthrop, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
She's still out in the bullpen, though. I don't think we've seen the last of her.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bouncer home. Amos singled and scored in the first. Upstate in front here, 4-2. Behind a 3-run on 4-hit inning. Upstate bats already have 7 hits through their first 13 batters. Full count from Brown. Towards short on a couple of bounces. Polk throws over. 1 away.
Not a bad at bat from Rebecca Amos there. Really great job by Brown getting a ground ball. That's exactly what she needed to do, but made solid contact.
Brown has 3 wins, 3 losses on the season and a 4.96 ERA. Peyton Bryden looks at one that misses down low. So the first significant season of playing time for Brown, just 3 appearances in 2025 as a redshirt freshman, missed all of 2024. 1-0. And it is by far the biggest action of her Upstate career. Takes over for the Upstate ace, Maddie Winthrop. 2-0 pitch to Bryden. Strike on the outside corner to the righty. (3-1). Really good count to hit in here for Winthrop. Bryden lined out to left field in her first at-bat.
Hitters count here, still looking for her pitch. Wants to be somewhat selective, make her throw to her.
Ball 4. First walk by the Upstate staff.
That was close. That was close, Joe. It looks like she wanted that one. Brown wanted that one, but still learning the strike zone back there.
Darren Nickens doubled last time up, forced an error that brought home a run off the center field wall. Now facing a new pitcher, Brown. First pitch strike.
Hitting almost 400 against Upstate this year. If there's anybody that Coach Fuller wants up to the plate, it's the meat of this lineup, starting with Darren Nickens.
Hitting while behind on the scoreboard for the first time in this championship. Remember, Upstate needs to win 1 out of 2 today. Winthrop needs a doubleheader sweep to win the title, with the Eagles coming out of the losers bracket. Fouled away, 1-2. Bryden has stolen 4 bases on the year.
I think base runners are precious right now to the Winthrop Eagles. I can't see Coach Fuller being too aggressive on a steal right here.
Especially with some power bats coming through. You want to keep your runners on base. Brown's ahead 1-2. Whips it home. Grounded to second. Christopher, gloves, tags, double play! The Upstate defense comes through again with a twin killing and gets the Spartans out of the inning. The bats are coming back up. Laney Jennings, who homered last time, is due up third. Spartans lead it 4-2.
Everyone wants to win, but not everyone puts in the extra work. The alarms before sunrise, the reps when no one's watching, the adversity you overcome, the pressure you embrace. In the Big South Conference, we're not just chasing trophies. We're chasing success that lasts a lifetime. Because winning doesn't stop at the final whistle. It carries you forward in sport, in life, and everything you do. This is the Big South, where winners are made.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a #2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
After 5 years of military service, Staff Sergeant Zaragoza is still setting goals.
Come on, Vincent.
But mostly for her son.
You got this.
She was ready for more family time. She was ready for the reserve.
Chris Hawkins, after yesterday's win, has won 35 games in now 12 straight seasons, 1,177 in his 32-year career as the head coach of this program. His team is ahead 4-2, back at the plate in the bottom of the third. Jordan Young and Joe Skinner here at Cyril Stadium in Spartanburg. USC Upstate hosting the Big South tournament for the first time ever, trying to three-peat on its home diamond.
Joe, I think Hawkins does 2 things really well.
Throw it first. Safe. Kenzie Bernal with a leadoff single.
And one of those things is recruiting hitters. He recruits hitters hard. Every single young woman that is in his lineup has at least 1 home run, which is absolutely incredible. 8 of them have 3+.
Alyssa Davenport lined out to third to end the first inning. She's back up as Upstate trying to keep the pressure on offensively.
The other thing he does well is win at home.
Foul ball on the bunt. The last team to win a Big South tournament at its home field is Longwood in 2017. No balls and 1 strike to Davenport. Emmy Cardenas, fresh start to the inning. Davenport tries to bunt again and can't get it down.
The last team to try to win one at their home field was Winthrop.
So it was a 5-1 loss to USC Upstate in 2024. Cardenas fires. Line drive, left field corner, fair, and getting down for extra bases. Hawkins waving home Bernal. 5-2 Upstate.
Some aggressive running once again from the Upstate Spartans. Beautiful double by Alyssa Davenport. turning on an inside pitch here. Was actually looked like a drop ball that was left up. Didn't quite have the spin on it that it needed, but she made her pay.
Alyssa Davenport, RBI double. And all of the momentum on the Upstate side. They have scored 5 straight going back to the first.
Jenkins getting her first hit of the tournament. Her last at bat with a homer.
Two straight hits to start the inning for USC Upstate. Cardenas just misses off the plate. Chris Hawkins coaching third, calling out a sequence of numbers, might be putting on a play here. Jennings, bunt foul. It came back up and hit the barrel.
Hit it twice. That would have been a really beautiful bunt. I know she wants that one back. She picked up her bat and kind of hit it like I'm frustrated.
A little bit of frustration coming from that home side. Can't execute. Jennings goes ahead in the count, 2-1. Jennings homered out to left field last time up, a solo home run, number 7 of her freshman season. Drops the bunt down first base side foul, 2-2.
Once again, Upstate, getting that bunt sign from Coach Hawkins, trying to execute, trying to sacrifice herself to get that runner over. Just can't quite pull it off.
Cardenas could really use a good pitch here. Winds and fires. Popped up, foul ground first base side. Perry, 1 out.
Emmy did a really nice job coming back in that count. She was down. It's always hard to pitch when you're down in a count because you've got to go right at the batter. Really nice resilience there.
First pitch to Abby Polk, who singled and stole second in her last trip, is low for a ball. Now 18 for 18 stealing bases this year. Looked like a good pitch to hit. Polk watched it through, 1-1. Lana Addison taken out of the game in the middle of the second inning after a 2-run home run by Talia Thomas. It's been the Emmy Cardenas show ever since. Polk lined, fair, into foul territory. Davenport scores. Abby Polk with a run-scoring double. The lead is 4.
Joe, I think that ball hit the base. I think it hit the base and ricocheted off. Would love to see a replay. Our staff is on it. It was so fast, I'm not sure.
Either hit the base or the umpire who was trying to get out of the way of it.
Let's hope it was the base.
Umpiring crew gets together and Kendall Fuller coming out of the dugout. And are they going to go check and see if this is a foul ball or a fair ball? Yep, Winthrop is challenging the foul ball call, fair foul call on the field.
I would challenge as well if I was Coach Fuller. This is a big momentum shift here. Another run.
It would be the 10th hit of the game for Upstate already.
They're definitely seeing the ball well.
So we'll get a chance to see the best angles we've got. Umpire is part of the field. That's, you know, I think hitting the umpire, even though it is a little bit of a stinger, but that's not, I don't think, relevant to the play here. But it was very close. You, of course, got the double bag over at first. It has to go over the white one, not the orange one. Good crowd on hand here in Spartanburg. And Winthrop A quieter dugout here as they trail, as of now, 6-2.
Someone who's not quiet in that Winthrop dugout, though, is a young woman named Reagan, who is a team impact player for Winthrop. She has been with the Winthrop Eagles for 2 years, and she's actually, Team Impact is a national organization that pairs children with disorders with teams, so they get an experience. And not only has she been with the Winthrop Eagles for 2 years, but she's paired with our pitcher, Emmy, and they won the National Teammate of the Year award this year for Team Impact. So congratulations to Emmy and Reagan for winning that award.
Always, all the teams in the league doing great community outreach, being role models. That was the best look we had. It's going to be tough, I think, to overturn based off of that. The tough part is we just don't have a camera going right down the line, which is what you would need for a call like this.
We've got some patriotic fans today.
Yeah, why not? 6-2 Upstate on the scoreboard in this championship game. Now a little bit of an overcast Saturday. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Davenport scored on the play from first. You know, a lot of energy in this game, maybe not for everybody. Not for all the dogs in the crowd.
No, he's tired.
He's tired.
He would like to take a break.
Lazy Saturday afternoon.
Looks like we'll have a decision shortly.
This is the best look we have. So waiting on the crew to reemerge.
Once again, happy Mother's Day out there. Give a shout out to my mom, Carol Ashley, who's listening in.
All of the moms, future moms, mom figures, grandmoms. This is taking a really long time to look at this.
It is a really big momentum shift, though, so I'm happy they're taking the time to do their best to make a right call.
All getting on the same page. A call that stands would deliver the Spartans another run. Off the bat of their junior shortstop, Abby Polk. I think that crowd has gotten bigger out in right field. Here comes the announcement.
After review, the call on the field stands is called.
RBI double, second of the inning for USC Upstate, scoring Alyssa Davenport. And the Spartans are feeling good about the start to this game as Amy Johnson comes to the plate.
They're feeling absolutely fabulous. Amy Johnson looking for her first hit of this game. Had a sac bunt earlier.
Just one out. Cardenas, after the long wait, misses outside 1-0. Towards third, Bryden makes a diving play.
Just what the Eagles needed.
Kind of not the hardest hit ball. She had to kind of readjust in midair to get to it and backhand catch it.
Sometimes those balls that are really spinning are harder to catch than the fast ones that you don't even have to react to.
Talia Thomas is 2 for 2 with a 2-run homer and a single, has scored 2 runs, driven in 2 runs. Batting now for a 3rd time with 2 away.
It has been the Talia Thomas show a little bit.
An 0 for first game for Thomas against Radford on Thursday. Turned into a big game yesterday against Winthrop. 3 for 4, 3 runs and a double. 2 more hits against the Eagles in the title game.
Thomas did have a quad issue for the last series against Presbyterian College, where she just, to rest the quad, she just DP'd and only hit. But obviously as a senior, wanting to play in this tournament, and I know she wants to extend to a regional.
3 balls and 1 strike. Last year, Talia Thomas was the toughest hitter to strike out in college softball. Just 2 strikeouts last year. This year at the top of the leaderboard again. Hard hit up the middle, off the glove of Buckner. Polk coming home. Upstate leads 7-2.
Once again, we see some aggressive base running by Coach Hawkins. And I think that has been the difference maker in this game. His team is putting the ball in play, giving themselves opportunities, and putting pressure on this Winthrop defense.
Ball up the middle, drives home another run for Upstate. The gap is now 5. Swing and a miss for a strike. Thomas stealing, safe.
Kardatsky did swing at that, purposefully missing to get in the catcher's eyes to make that throw even harder.
RBI single, the official scoring decision for Talia Thomas, and an RBI. Kardatsky hit on the front foot by the pitch. 3 RBI day for Thomas, and there's 2 on for Carson Shaw. Feels like a avalanche coming here for Upstate, right off the top of the shoe tops.
Right off the top of the foot. Does happen with drop ball pitchers pretty often.
Carson Shaw single blast time up through the right side. 1-1. Down low, Upstate 35-21.
Looks like Shaw is peaking at the right time. She's just a junior, first team all-conference first baseman for the 2nd year in a row.
Long wait here for Cardenas.
Cardenas having a tough time getting ahead in counts. Tough to pitch behind.
I think the count is wrong. I think it's 2 balls, no strikes on the scoreboard. That caused a little bit of confusion. 1st and 2nd, 2 away. Good count to hit in for the Upstate first baseman. Slapped foul. Chris Hawkins told us a story before one of Shaw's home runs yesterday. Shaw looks down to him, coaching third, gives her a smile. He gives her a smile back. Shaw reminding coach to lighten up a little bit, have some fun. Hard hit to third. Nice backhand stop by Bryden and takes it the short way for out number 3. But Upstate scores 3 more runs. RBI doubles by Alyssa Davenport and Abby Polk. Talia Thomas a 3rd RBI on a base hit. Upstate 7, Winthrop 2 in the Big South Final. Game summary, it's been all Upstate. They lead Winthrop 7-2. Spartans hitting up and down the order, but the player of the game so far has been Talia Thomas, 3 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs.
Hard to argue with that one, Joe.
Winthrop scored 2 in the top half of the first, and Upstate scored 7 unanswered.
Talia knowing that this is potentially her last game ever in this stadium.
Upstate trying to keep it that way. Ashlyn Brown working through the middle of the order for Winthrop for the first time. Came in the third, faced the minimum, gave up a 1-out walk, and a double play ended the frame. Tia Beckham with a sac fly last time up. Now she's the leadoff hitter. Down and away. I know it's the middle of the game here, but this feels like a must-score inning for Winthrop to keep a little bit of momentum going their way.
1,000%. But if there's anyone that can do that, it is Tia Beckham. She has had 2 of the 3 extra base hits against Upstate this entire season. Winthrop's only gotten 3 extra base hits.
Her home run is probably the hardest hit ball we've seen all week. Yesterday against Gardner-Webb in the elimination game.
I would agree. That was definitely a Beckham bomb.
Brown's way behind 3-0. That's a 4-pitch walk. Free pass to lead off the 4th. Second walk from Brown since coming in relief.
She seemed almost upset about that walk. She wanted the opportunity to hit.
Grayson Buckner next with a runner at first and nobody out. Buckner 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. First pitch strike.
Buckner definitely having something to play for here. She is the only true senior on the field for Winthrop. She's also the team captain.
Runner at first after the walk. Brown comes home. Misses again outside the zone, and look who it is. Maddie Dreerup started the game getting loose again in the Upstate bullpen.
Like I said, Joe, earlier, we'll see Dreerup again. I have a gut feeling we will see her again.
1-1, grounded to short. Polk flips to Christopher. Turn to first is late. 1 away in the 4th.
Really nice job by Brown there getting a ground ball. She has to focus on one pitch at a time, her spin, and knowing that her defense has her back because defense wins championships.
Both of these teams play high-quality defense. Annalisa Weinbarger struck out looking. Has 2 home runs in the tournament. Takes strike 1. Started her softball career at Coastal Carolina, now in her 2nd season at Winthrop. Brown whips home the 0-1. Bouncer towards third. Davenport, charge, throwing the run, picked up by Shaw.
What a great pick over there by Shaw. A first baseman loves the opportunity to show off with a pick, and that's exactly what she just got to do.
Davenport able to make the play on to first. Buckner does advance into scoring position for Carly Pearson's 2nd at-bat. Just off the inner half. Upstate want to know where that one missed. Looked very close.
Did hear some upset fans on that one.
That might be a makeup call. That was down and in. 1-1. All's well that ends well. Maybe. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Pearson. Back to the same spot. Did not get the call.
Brown starting to get frustrated.
Two runs on 3 hits on Winthrop's championship Saturday. 2-1. Brown going back to the outer half. Did not get a chase. This is the loudest frustration we've heard with the strike zone in the game today.
It is. Pearson batting .333 against Upstate this season, coming into this game.
3-1. Ball 4 high. Third walk from Brown, and there's 2 on.
Saw Jenkins going out there to give her pitcher a little tap. Brown has got to focus on pitching her game and controlling what she can control. And she can't control the umpire.
Tabitha Perry with 2 on and 2 outs. Right around the zone. Upstate just can't get a call right now. I think the last handful outside of the lone in one were good. I think they were just off the plate. There's a strike of the knees. Perry's a sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida.
Perry does a very good job of going to a full count a lot. She sees a lot of pitches. She gets her money's worth when she's in the batter's box. 15 walks on the season.
Top of the 4th inning, USC Upstate 7, Winthrop 2. Spartans need 1 win today to win this tournament. High for ball 3. Brown, those misses weren't as close as the last couple batters.
Really good job by Jenkins there, redshirt freshman, calling time, going to talk to her pitcher, Ashlyn Brown, telling her to calm down.
And I think you see coaches talk about this. The actual touching of the shoulder is very calming for like making the physical contact is really important for some of these teams.
And it all depends on your pitcher-catcher relationship, but that's a relationship you don't want to mess with. They also last a lifetime. As a catcher myself, most of my best friends are still my best friends today, and they were all pitchers.
Eagles could use a spark. Tabitha Perry at the plate ahead, 3-1. Strike 2.
And we had a called time, and we came back with a strike. Again, I'd love to know the stats on that.
2 on base. Runners are moving. Payoff pitch. Line drive into center. Coming home is Buckner. She gets a late stop sign. She would have been toast at home plate. Smart decision from Kendall Fuller. The bases are loaded.
Fuller, 2 outs. 2 outs held up. We talked about base runners are precious right now for the Winthrop Eagles. It does look like we are going to get a pinch hitter for Abby Polk.
And USC Upstate is taking a visit as well. That's the pitching coach, Tanya Metters, in her 5th season. Bases are loaded, and we're going to have a pinch hitter for Winthrop, as you said.
Emma Robinson. We're going to have one for Emma. But number 7.
Kaylee Hannon, a freshman from nearby Inman, South Carolina. Burns High School. Said it the other day when Kaylee pinch hit. Downtown Inman can't be more than 10 minutes from here. Here's 2 outs with the bases loaded. Biggest at-bat here of the game for Winthrop. They have not scored in the inning, have the bases loaded for the first time.
And biggest at-bat for Kaylee's career.
Just 2 for 12 on the season. One of those hits is a home run. Brown puts in a first pitch strike.
Brown going right at her here. Freshman is a championship game. You know she's got to have some nerves.
Buckner at third, Pearson at second, Perry at first. This would be a huge escape for Upstate. That Tabitha Perry single, only the first hit of the inning. Top of the order, Rebecca Amos is on deck. Strike two.
One and two. Pitchers count.
Brown has the sign, turns, winds and fires. Ground ball, Brown gloves, out number 3. Upstate leaves them loaded, another 0 on the board. And Ashlyn Brown does the job herself. Upstate coming back to the plate, leading 7-2. They've scored in every inning of the game so far. Who will punch their ticket this week in the Big South? Teams that can do it, punching tickets from the Big South thanks to Vivanu. It is 7-2 Upstate. Ella Christopher leading things off against Emmy Cardenas after the Eagles had the bases loaded, could not push across a run. Christopher fouls off the first pitch. Jordan, you said it during the break. You felt like that was the moment for Winthrop, and it gets by him.
It did. It felt like a dagger for Winthrop. Not to say they can't come back, because they have the meat of their lineup is very good at producing runs. And I know when I was talking to Coach Fuller earlier this week, she believes in 1 through 9. She believes that they can come back. Even when they were 4-1 in the previous Upstate game, going into the 7th, she thought they were going to come back and win because she knows each one of her girls can produce.
That was 4-5-6 where the inning started for Winthrop. Now Upstate's got 4-5-6. Christopher lines it into deep left. Gone! Third Spartan homer of the title game. 8-2.
What a great moment for senior Ella Christopher. She knows this is going to be one of the last games of her career in this stadium, if not the last. What a way to go out as a senior.
Jumped right on that 1-1 pitch and lined it out to left field. Christopher's 4th home run of the year. She hit a home run in one of her first games as a Spartan in this stadium back in February. And might have just homered in her last game in this stadium.
And has 2 RBIs on the day.
Kenzie Bernal is next. 8-2, 12th hit of the game. The gap grows larger for Winthrop. They have lost to Upstate in each of the last 2 title games. Bernal hits it to third base. Bryden, sidearm throw, one away.
Nice drop ball there from Emmy. Leaning on what she does best, which is her drop ball, getting a ground ball. Exactly what she needs to do for her team to get them out of this inning.
Alyssa Davenport delivered an RBI double. 8 out of the 9 Upstate hitters has a hit in this game. Davenport fouls off the first pitch. Amy Johnson's the 9th, but she had a sacrifice bunt and helped set up a run-scoring inning. Still productive.
I talked about it earlier, but one of the things Hawkins does really well for Upstate is he recruits hitters and develops hitters. He brings in freshmen, and all they do is get better, and I think that speaks to his coaching staff.
1 ball and 1 strike to Davenport. Sun's starting to peek out here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. USC Upstate has done a great job hosting this tournament all week long. A lot of different folks coming together to put on a really good product. 2 balls and a strike. Cardenas going to settle the nerves. 3 balls and 1 strike. 4 home runs for Upstate. Talia Thomas, Ella Christopher, Lainey Jennings, 3rd home run, I should say.
You can't deny that this Upstate lineup has some power. They are also seeing the ball really well.
Full count. Ball 4. Base runner on for the Spartans in the form of freshman third baseman Alyssa Davenport. Gives way to one of those home run hitters. The first one, Lainey Jennings.
Joe, thinking back to last inning, I wonder if Coach Fuller, if she had it back, if she would have sent the runner at third.
Thomas came up with a really strong throw in that last half inning. This is a wild pitch that gets away from Weinbarger. Davenport will scoot into second.
No doubt she had a strong throw, but a lot of things have to go right in order to get somebody out at the plate. It does look like Coach Fuller's calling time. She is the pitching coach for the Winthrop Eagles. She's in the bullpen with the pitchers. She develops them. She is calling the pitches.
Kendra Fuller is the 2026 Big South Coach of the Year. 30-22, and it was just a quick meeting in her second stint as head coach here. A 30-win season.
She's had an absolutely incredible year. Only her 5th season with the Eagles, and 3 of those seasons have ended in a championship appearance. And this year ended in a regular season title.
Winthrop with a 13-4 regular season to win the program's 7th regular season crown. 2 balls, no strikes to Jennings. This one's lifted into right, sinking fast. Amos can't get there. Davenport on to third. Jennings with her 2nd hit of the game.
That was really the Bermuda Triangle, no man's land. It was actually a great pitch from Emmy. Not a hard hit ball, but unfortunately results in a base runner.
It's the type of day where the 50-50 plays seem to be going Upstate's way.
They do. They do. There's some momentum here that it's undeniable for the Spartans.
In the dirt, Jennings takes second with nobody covering. Second and third for Abby Polk, who has a single and a double, scored twice, drove in one. He called a pass ball. Get Jennings into scoring position. 1-0. Polk, slow roller, off the glove of Cardenas. A run will score. Everybody's safe. Davenport home to score, 9-2 Upstate.
Polk hit that off the end of the bat, had some serious spin on it. Those ground balls are really tough.
Kendall Fuller comes out and might be making another change. It just has been kind of an endless barrage for Winthrop of changes, and they just haven't been able to find the answers today. So new pitcher coming in for Winthrop. This broadcast of the Big South Softball Tournament Final is presented by SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace of the Big South Conference, by Jersey Mike's, a sub above, and by Vivanu. The new pitcher into the game for the Winthrop Eagles is a junior right-hander from Wilmington, North Carolina, Allie Bunch.
Coach Fuller just giving a different look here, trying to give her team some hope and some momentum going into the fifth.
The last play was scored an error on the pitcher Cardenas. Bunch is a transfer from Division II Barton in her first season at Winthrop, making her 14th appearance, a 9.28 ERA. 28 in 2/3 innings this season, 14 strikeouts. This is her first appearance of the tournament.
You never know who can get it done for you in the tournament, Joe.
They need somebody that can get outs right now.
They need somebody who can get ground balls right now. Ground balls or pop-ups.
Amy Johnson up with a new pitcher in the circle for Winthrop, their third of the game. Runners at first and third. Strike. Polk into second. Again, the bunt defense. I think that's just being exploited by Upstate. The bunt defense has left second base completely uncovered. That's the second time they've done that this inning.
They're allowing with the runner on third. They aren't going to risk the throw. So they're not even worried about the first and third situation.
As we said earlier, Amy Johnson's the only one for Upstate that does not have a hit in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time called on a clock violation on the hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Whatever the sign was, Coach Hawkins just said same thing. So whatever the plan was, they're rolling with it for this pitch.
1-2, down and away. Bunch last year at Barton had a 4.09 ERA, All-Conference Carolina's second team at the D2 school in Wilson, North Carolina.
Does look like Winthrop's defense is playing in, so they are going for making sure they protect the runs. They're going for the play at the plate.
Just 1 out in the inning on Kenzie Bernal's ground out. Inning started with an Ella Christopher solo home run. Abby Polk put 1 in play to reach on an error to bring across another one. Johnson ready for the 2-2. Full count. If Upstate can push across 1 more, they'll be 3 outs away from a run rule win. 3-2. To shortstop. Buckner throws to first. No movement at third.
Nice job by the team captain, shortstop Buckner, fielding that ball cleanly and making a solid throw over to get that out.
Jennings held at third, and Coach Hawkins now will have to rely on Talia Thomas, who's 3 for 3. 2 doubles and a home run, 3 RBI day.
This is who you want up to the plate right now, Joe.
The pitch. Outside 1-0. Batting for the 4th time she's had an at-bat in every inning. Out in front. Excellent pitch from Bunch.
What a nice drop curve there.
Upstate has 13 hits and 9 runs. Foul ball.
Looked like an off speed. Had some nice spin. Coach Fuller loves an off speed pitch. She likes to develop her staff to have true off speeds and true changes, to have a 3-speed mix.
2-strike count on Thomas. Fly ball, foul ground, out of room. Thomas has struck out just 6 times all season.
That is impressive.
8 times in the last 2 years. Just 2 all of last year when she was a first-team All-Big South outfielder, statistical champ for toughest to strike out in her junior season.
That is the definition of a leadoff batter. A really good leadoff batter. Getting on base, seeing a lot of pitches.
404 average, 463 on base coming into this one. 1-2 from Bunch. Way up and away.
Nice job by the catcher back there, keeping that in front.
Liner, base hit! Jennings scores. Polk scores. Thomas taking over the title game. 4 for 4.
Talia having one of the best games of her career, and definitely one that she will remember forever as a senior. She absolutely turned on that inside pitch. Nice job getting her hips open, getting her hands through, driving through the ball.
5 RBI game, 2 singles, a double, and a home run. Here's Sophia Kardatsky, 8th batter of the inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Upstate leads by 9. They'll be 3 outs away from a run rule win in the top of the 5th. As far as the trio of title games against Winthrop in the last 3 years, this has been by far the biggest margin on the scoreboard. Last year down at Presbyterian, Upstate 7-4 winners. In 2024 in Rock Hill, won 5-1. Bunches 1-1. Kardatsky's 1 for 2. Ahead in the count, pitch from Bunch. Liner splits the gap. Thomas will coast in to score. Play at second is off the bag. Kardatsky RBI double. It is a Spartan avalanche, leading by 10.
Joe, I'm not sure there's anything that can stop the Spartans right now. It does look like we're going to get a pinch runner here.
Kardatsky picked the right game to come through with her first 2 hits of the tournament. That's an RBI. There will be a pinch runner coming on for USC Upstate. Molly Vaughn, the runner at second base, running for Kardatsky. Vaughn is a freshman from Summerville, South Carolina. Carson Shaw getting her 4th at-bat, a 1 for 3 day. Off the plate, Upstate has 1 in the first, 3 in the second and third, 5 in the fourth, a definition of an offensive avalanche.
And Shaw may just add to that. She's been seeing the ball really well.
This is into center, caught by Robertson for out number 3. USC Upstate will take the field. 3 outs away from from their third straight Big South Tournament title on ESPN+.
Everyone wants to win, but not everyone puts in the extra work. The alarms before sunrise, the reps when no one's watching, the adversity you overcome, the pressure you embrace. In the Big South Conference, we're not just chasing trophies. We're chasing success that lasts a lifetime. Because winning doesn't stop at the final whistle. It carries you forward in sport, in life, and everything you do. This is the Big South, where winners are made.
For over 30 years, CertaPro painters have been part of countless memories. Freshly painted nurseries, bright, welcoming kitchens, family rooms filled with laughter. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro painters, that's painting happy.
After 5 years of military service, Staff Sergeant Zaragoza is still setting goals,
Come on, Vincent.
but mostly for her son.
You got this.
She was ready for more family time. She was ready for the reserve.
CertaPro Painters brings us today's Painting the Corners. Maddie Dreerup with 2 strikeouts in her start for USC Upstate. Lana Addison struck out 1, so just 3 Ks in a slugging, highly offensive-driven championship game. That's Painting the Corners, presented by CertaPro Painters. Remember, when choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy, choose CertaPro Painters. Winthrop needs to score 3 runs to extend the game. And they're leading it off with Rebecca Amos. Strike from Ashlyn Brown. Kardatsky re-entered. She's back out in right field. Alongside Jordan Young, I'm Joe Skinner with our whole crew here behind the scenes at USC Upstate. Spartans got one hand on their 3rd straight championship.
Amos can come up big for the Eagles. She did double yesterday with an RBI. It was her first hit of the tournament. She seems to thrive under pressure, and this is definitely a pressure situation.
Brown misses down and away. Amos is 1 for 2. Single to lead off the game, grounded out to short in the 3rd.
The Eagles need a spark.
Grounded to 3rd. Davenport, 1 gone. Gives way to Peyton Bryden.
Bryden's had some good looks today. I know she's lined out to left field, but it was a really good stroke.
0 for 1 with a walk.
She does have 42 RBIs on the season, which is tied for first for the Eagles. She actually tied with Nickens, who's we'll see next.
Swung on a miss, strike 1. Brown has not given up a run against Winthrop all season. In the regular season back in Rock Hill, and in her 2 1/3 innings of relief today. Little bit low. Two balls and 1 strike. Towards short, Polk to her left, up the middle. Shaw digs it up again. Upstate's 1 out away.
Another pick by first baseman Shaw, just showing off why she got that first team all honors, all conference. I'm sure she's a contender for the tournament team as well.
Gives way to Darren Nickens, Big South Newcomer of the Year. Double and grounded into a double play. Strike one. USC Upstate getting ready to pile out of the dugout. Oh, 1. This is outside. Upstate scored another 5 runs. They've scored in every inning offensively, 12 runs on 15 hits. One count. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Hitters count here for Nickens. She is the only player to have a home run against them this year in the lineup.
Called strike 2.
2s across the board.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Upstate ahead 12-2. A strike away from run ruling the title game. Two from Brown. Fly ball into left. Drops in, foul. It would have been appropriate. Amy Johnson has recorded the final out in left field of the last 2 championship games. She laid it all out there.
She wanted it for a 3rd time, Joe.
Stays in a 2-2 count.
Winthrop with only 1 true senior in the lineup.
Nickens digs back in. Another 2-2 from Brown. Grounder to short. Polk. Throw to Shaw. The three-peat is complete. USC Upstate are Big South champions.
What an absolute dominant appearance from the Upstate Spartans. I don't know if any team could have competed with their bats today, Joe. Every single person produced in the lineup, and the power that was displayed here today was just unmatched.
And they're handed their hardware on their home diamond. USC Upstate is going back to the NCAA tournament. They've punched the ticket. And we'll celebrate here in Spartanburg. For the program, it's their 7th tournament title, their 8th trip to the regionals on the way. The Jersey Mike sub-above player of the game, none other than the Big South Player of the Year, Talia Thomas, goes 4 for 4 with a double, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Winthrop could not contain Talia Thomas.
Congratulations to Talia Thomas, senior, last game she'll ever play on this field, and she went out with some pizzazz.
Hit the ball hard all week long, especially in today's game, both games against Winthrop, and has a great case for tournament MVP, which will be awarded here as they get their championship T-shirts. Thomas, the bat was loud all day today, played some great defense over the course of the tournament as well. And for this senior class, they will go back to an NCAA tournament for the 3rd year in a row. They'll find out their destination tomorrow at 7 o'clock on the NCAA Tournament Selection Show. Last year it was at Clemson, the year before in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but another incredible accomplishment by this USC Upstate softball program.
Definitely, and it speaks to Coach Hawkins. Coach Hawkins has really built a softball dynasty here. They've always been good, but he He really impressed me this year.
Also, Upstate becomes the 6th team in Big South history to win 3 straight tournament champions. Let's take a break as the celebration is on at Cyril Stadium. Don't go anywhere because the award ceremony is still to come. And USC Upstate will get their medals and continue to celebrate a 3-0 week on their home field. Final score in the title game in 5 innings is USC Upstate 12, Winthrop 2. USC Upstate piles on 12 runs on 15 hits, makes 1 error as they defeat Winthrop for the 3rd year in a row to win their 3rd straight Big South tournament title. This time it feels just a little bit sweeter at home. A final look at the bracket presented by Vivanu. As Upstate does not need to play a second game. They win 12-2 in run rule fashion. Their only run rule win of the tournament comes in the title game against the Winthrop Eagles. You're hearing it out on this home crowd. Fair to say, 3 in a row. You said it earlier, Chris Hawkins has built a dynasty here at USC Upstate.
He really has. We're seeing all these seniors for Upstate so excited. We just watched Drew Up run out to her boyfriend, who's actually on the baseball team here. I was told by some of the staff members they've been a power couple here on campus, and they're sad to see them go, but happy to watch them graduate.
Upstate is going to soon receive all of their hardware. They got the sparkling water lined up to pop some bottles.
Yes, popping bottles. The Big South was actually the first conference to do the sparkling water, which I think is so cool and really adds to the student-athlete experience.
Tough season for Winthrop. Comes to a close. They cannot get over USC Upstate for the 3rd year in a row. Their season ends 30-23 here in the tournament. Couple of words on Kendall Fuller and her team before we send it to the award ceremony.
Kendall Fuller, regular season champion. She has so much to be proud of, and I just can't speak highly enough about how good of a human being she is. Her team has been through a lot. In the last 3 weeks, they've experienced some loss from the team. You can actually see they're wearing 2 ribbons in their hair, and that is for 2 losses that their team experienced. And I just can't speak enough about, while this season is over, this is so much bigger than softball, and the friends that you make with your teammates for life will go on with you.
First time since 2017 that the host team in the Big South tournament has completed the job. Longwood was the last to do it.
Just saw Sharika Montgomery, the conference commissioner, going down and hugging each one of the Winthrop players.
And a lot of support for Upstate all week long. Started with a win against Winthrop 1-0, which ended up being their first game, the closest game they played all week in this tournament. Some members of the upper administration here at Upstate, the chancellor, the athletic director, other administration here at USC Upstate. Let's turn it over to the public address announcer here at Cyril Stadium, Fabian Fuentes.
First, the Big South Conference would like to thank the following individuals who made this week such a great success. We ask that each of these individuals stand if they are in attendance so that they can be recognized. Mr. Matt Martin, USC Upstate Director of Athletics, Vice Chancellor for Intercollegiate Athletics. Dr. Betty Harris, USC Upstate Chancellor. Mr. Leonard Mathis, Host Championship Director. USC Upstate's facilities and game management crew, sports management staff, athletic communications staff, video crew, marketing, and promotions department. And a special thank you to the volunteers. The Big South Conference would also like to thank our sponsors for supporting the 2026 Big South Conference Softball Championship. Once again, please give all of these individuals a round of applause. Now we'll begin with the Softball Championship Awards ceremony. Presenting this afternoon's awards will be Big South Conference Commissioner Sharika A. Montgomery. We will begin with the 2026 All-Tournament team. From Radford, Morgan Cooper. Also from Radford, Dakota Redmond. From Gardner Webb, Reese Collier, and Ellie Stidham. From Winthrop, Annalisa Lineberger. Also from Winthrop, Grayson Buckner. And also representing the Winthrop Eagles, Peyton Ryden. From USC Upstate, Talia Thomas. From Upstate, Betty Trurup. From USC Upstate, Abby Polk. And also from USC Upstate, Carson Shaw. And now, let's meet the 2026 Big South Conference Softball Championship Most Valuable Player, a senior from USC Upstate, Maddie Trera. present the team awards. First, please join the Big South Conference and a round of applause for the runner-up in the 2026 Big South Conference Softball Championship, the Winthrop Eagles. We ask the coach Kendall Fuller and the Eagles come forward to receive their runner-up trophy. And finally, the champions of the 2026 Big South Conference Softball Championship and recipient of the automatic bid to the 2026 NCAA Softball Regionals, the USC Upstate Spartans. Gentlemen, join us next year as Charleston Southern will host the 2026 Big South Conference Softball Championship in Charleston. Thank you for your support of the Big South Conference Softball.